player on the team and no team match play experience yet on the LPGA Tour. So what are you most excited about this experience?
I usually love team play and match play, so I'm super excited to play on the LPGA level match play events, having a team and these 3 amazing teammates with me. So it kind of takes weight off my shoulders, and I'm excited for this week.
Awesome. Nelly, I'm curious to hear, you're the #1 seed or #1 ranked player in the world and in the field this week. So tell us how much you had in terms of putting these pairings together, how much input you had here, or how the pairings came about in general.
I think we all did it together, honestly. I don't think any one of us has a bigger say or a bigger voice. I think it's very much so we're all doing this together, and I think that's the best part about this event is that we all have input and it's all equal.
Will you give us a little insight on how you guys came up with the pairings that you did this week? For tomorrow, at least.
I mean, how did we come up with it? I mean, honestly, we thought that it would be better to pair. I mean, Lexi and I probably hit it a little further, and then...
Oh no, Lilia, prove us all.
I know, I did it. We fly it, sorry. We fly it further.
I'm not included in this conversation.
Honestly, I don't even know how we picked our pairings.
We picked them, and that's what they are.
Yeah, exactly. We agreed to them. I mean, we're not opposed to mixing them up as well.
no.
We just thought that it would be good for day 1 to pick them the way we did, I guess.
Awesome. No, they're great.
There was no game plan to it.
Explanation.
All right, I love that. Danielle, I know you were qualified to play in the event in 2020 before it was canceled. I know you're really excited to be here this week. Can you just tell us about how excited you are and how excited you are to just have the event back on tour after it was canceled?
It's far.
I really love team events, like a lot of other girls probably do too. And having the International Crown come back on the schedule was really exciting for me because it's something I haven't done. I use it as kind of a, checkbox in my career, and being a part of International Crown team, you're the top 4 player in the United States that get to represent. So being a part of that team is a huge honor.
Awesome. Lexi, you're the only one here on this team that has played in an International Crown before, so I want to know what sort of advice you imparted on your fellow teammates here this week.
What advice? I mean, they've all...
Advice, Lexi?
Yeah. I can't say I've really given any advice. I think the big thing about team events is just being there for each other and feeding off each other's energy, learning each other's games and personalities, which we've all played a lot of golf together, and we all get along very well, so that's always helpful. But yeah, I mean, I've played in a few of these, but also Solheim Cups and team matches are all very similar. It's just, Solheim's just USA against Europe, and this one is a great opportunity for other countries to be able to represent their country. So, but it's similar format and team aspect, which we all very much enjoy. So we're just happy to be here.
Awesome. We have a floating mic in the room for those who are interested in asking the United States team some questions.
I was just hoping you could all talk a little bit about the golf course and your impressions of it.
It's long. It's really long.
I think the tee shots are pretty tricky, especially if the wind picks up, overhanging trees. I think definitely it's going to be a ball striking week. But yeah, I mean, I think it's very equal when it comes to the defense off the tee, how narrow they are, and the greens too. So I think overall it's a very strong golf course.
All of us. Yeah, it's a great layout. They have it playing somewhat long, and it's a softer, with the dew on the ground and it being cooler, so it's going to play longer out there. So, but it's a ball striker's golf course, tighter off the tee with overhanging trees. So a few of the holes set up for a right to left shot, maybe a little bit of a higher flight, but it's demanding, and that's how a golf course for this kind of tournament should be.
Last but not least.
Yeah, the course is narrow. I heard that they brought in the fairways for PGA Championship and they never basically opened it back up. So demanding off the tee, gonna be longer. It's colder out here. Yeah, I played here for my regionals in college and it kicked my butt. So it's pretty tough.
Not this week, though.
All I've been practicing is chipping, just because I can't get there. So I will be short gaming around this golf course.
Scrambling queen.
Yep, we'll be scrambling all day.
And just Lexi, I know you were battling a bit of an injury at Chevron. How is that now?
Yeah, it's fine. It's it's better. I did the treatments that I needed to do, and getting better each and every day.
Thank you.
Lexi, not the ideal start to the season for you early. How would you compare the state of your game today versus earlier on this year?
Well, I got second in my first tournament that I played this year, so that was pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
fair. 2 missed cuts on the LPG, but yes, in Saudi on the LAT. Is there any difference in your game from Chevron, having rehabbed your wrists now, to here now?
I'm just trying to get healthy, and I'm here this week with my teammates, and I'm going to represent well.
Is there anything you're working on in your game at the moment?
Everything.
Golf is always a work in progress.
Yep.
Always.
Danielle, you mentioned the importance of team events. What do you think needs to happen this week for the tournament itself to be a successful event in your eyes?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so you mentioned the importance of team events. What do you think needs to happen this week for the tournament itself to be a successful event?
Nothing I don't believe needs to happen. I think having a Hanwha sponsor, bringing an event back to the United States and bringing the tournament back on schedule and having 8 countries here,
With the top players
top players in the
in the
world.
world. Competing against each other, representing their country, I think that in
It's
all says
enough.
itself, yeah. I mean, let's say we're the number 1 seed, but we're playing, on Thursday, we're playing China, that's the 8th seed, but if you look at the way that China has been performing recently, I mean,
They're playing amazing.
they're playing amazing. So not one match is going to be easy this week, and I think that's what's great about this event is that there are so many strong players in each one of those teams. It doesn't matter if you're 1 or 8. Every match is going to be tough. And it's match play, so it's a completely different ball game.
One on the Zoom really fast. Steve has asked of Lexi, you're one of a handful of players who have played in all the crowns that we've had so far. From a player's perspective, how have you seen it change and evolve over the years?
It was great the first year that we had it. I think every tournament that we have on this tour gets better and better. I think we improve on little things here and there, but the International Crown itself, I think just the sponsors itself just have great hospitality for us. They keep on improving on the event and make us feel very welcomed, whether it's through the dining, the volunteer staff, and just making everything so easy for us during the week. And that's, and they care. The sponsors here at International Crown and Hanwha, and it's just, it's amazing what they do. So it's great to just be part of it, and it's an honor to be able to represent our country. And I think they make the difference. The sponsors make the difference in the tournament. So we're just happy to be part of it.
Nelly, most people think because you guys are number 1 that you're the favorites coming in. Do you feel that way? And if not, why not?
I mean, I don't think we feel like favorites. I mean, we have the home game, right? We're in the U.S. We'll get the local support. But overall, as I said, I think, even we're playing China the first round. I mean, they've been playing amazing, right? So match play is just a different ball game. I mean, if you look at it, let's say I'm speaking of Solheim Cup, on paper, let's say the past couple of years, the U.S. has been stronger, but we've lost the last 2 times. So I would say just in general, match play versus stroke play, it doesn't matter. I mean, when you're out there competing, I think we're all equal because everyone on that team is strong.
And from a team aspect, what do you feel like outside of the fact that you have to score better than the other team, what do you think you have to do around this golf course this week to make you guys successful versus other weeks?
Get the ball in the bottom of the cup. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like the energy that we have as a team, it has been really good. And as Lexi said, we're going to feed off of each other, stay positive, and have fun. I mean, this is such a great opportunity. We get to represent our country. We're playing in San Francisco at a really amazing golf course, Harding Park, and I think at the end of the day, the people that enjoy themselves the most, have a great bond, and play some good golf are the ones that are going to win.
And Lexi, since you've played in this, you're the only one that's played this before, are the pressures different here than a Solheim Cup?
I don't know about different in any way. We're representing our country. We want to represent well. You know, golf is such an individual sport. We don't get the opportunity to be alongside a teammate and a partner. So we don't get the opportunity. I mean, I can only speak for myself on that matter, the pressures and everything. There might be a lot more people at Solheim Cups watching, but hopefully we get big crowds out here supporting us as well. But we want to do our best every time we tee it up, but especially when we're representing our country and having a partner by our side, we want to do our best. And I don't know if there's more pressure than a Solheim Cup or different wise, but you know, there's a little extra added, I guess.
But you also have in teams, like the team sport, or not team sports, but in the team aspect of these competitions, you have people that you can lean on
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
So that's what makes it so great.
It's not just on you.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a couple. First for Danielle. I know you grew up in Southern California, but you were born here in San Francisco. Is there any sentimental value to playing here in your hometown at Harding Park? And do you have any memories growing up playing this course?
I didn't play here growing up because I didn't start golf until I was about 13 years old. But I have really good memories in San Francisco. I used to visit up here at least every year, even when I moved to Southern California. But it just feels like home whenever I come into town. I can walk around the city without maps, and I know where to go, and kind of like that cold breeze and air. And I already know it's going to be a lot of 5-irons, 4-irons, and 5-woods for me into the greens, but I don't think it's any different for me than regular LPGA golf course. So just gonna rely on, you know, it's the team aspect, and you know, ensure Lexi that I'm gonna be on the green and make pars, and so that, you know, your teammates could attack a pin if they want, and when they have wedges versus me having a 4-iron, you know, kind of thing. So
Still make
it'll
those
be
A little
clutch
extreme.
anyway. Yeah, so I'm really happy to come back to here, and San Francisco is gonna. I'm hoping good crowds would come in, even if it's a little bit cold outside.
I overheard you on the 14th tee, normally the 18th
What did I
tee.
say?
You had a take about San Francisco food, that it was underrated.
Oh,
Care
yeah.
to expand?
So a lot of people say, you know, LA has amazing food and New York has incredible food, but honestly, San Francisco has bomb food. So yeah, I feel like it's underrated with the restaurants and stuff. So I was just commenting with a gentleman that was a member at Olympic Club, and we were eating burger dogs. So
What'd y'all think of the hot dog bills on 13?
Clutch.
Good. I needed that. It was a nice little pick-me-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
One serious one for everyone. I know the U.S. Open is coming up in a couple months, and you guys are focused on this event. But obviously, with it being at Pebble for the first time, what do you guys think of that venue? You know, being the first U.S. Women's Open at Pebble Beach, and have you guys been able to go out there while you're in California now?
I've personally never played it.
I haven't played it either.
Yeah, you haven't. So I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a great women's open. I just saw that they actually announced that we're even going to have ShotLink out there. So I think, you know, it's going to be a really cool experience, just not playing it, but also just in general the golf course and what USGA is doing for us and kind of elevating the major. I think it's just going to be a really cool and fun event, and I think all of us are just going to soak up all the history too and the views. I mean, I've heard they're spectacular.
Anybody else have any thoughts on Pebble Beach?
Well, it's an amazing venue. I only got to play it for the first time towards the end of last year, and I got probably the most perfect weather. It was about 70 degrees and blowing 5 miles per hour, and everybody was like, don't get used to that. So, but it was just an amazing experience. I think it just shows that the women's game is moving in the right direction, and that we're playing historical venues and just great places like Pebble Beach, and I think it'll be a very special week for us ladies.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Lexi, last question from me for you before I ask a team question. The format change on Sunday, different from any crown before. Can I have your thoughts, opinions on it?
I was trying to figure it out for a little bit. I think we were all trying to get used to the change and figuring it out over the emails that we got. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good little change, and we'll see how it works out Sunday and see the feedback that we get on it. But with the first 3 days being best ball, we'll feed off that and go into that last day and hope for the best and take it from there.
Awesome. Thank you. Last question for each of you. Want to ask about the numbers on your back and why you chose each of your numbers. Lilia, go ahead.
No particular reason. I don't know. I just felt like 13 is my lucky number. I was actually trying to get 222, but only 2 numbers. And Nelly told me she was trying to get 13, but I took it first, so she settled with 28.
I mean, I was between 3 numbers, but 28 is the day I was born, so pretty easy.
I have a long history on number 17. It's just my favorite number. Yeah, it's a long history.
I picked 22. It's kind of a family number. It's my mom's first husband that had passed. It was his favorite number, and it kind of just follows my family everywhere and kind of see it. So it's definitely special and close to our hearts.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. Good luck this week.
Thank you.